Good afternoon, marketers. This is Tracey Ellis, the CEO of Leadous. I am coming to you today to talk about building community in uncertain times. I think that we've, heard from customers, clients, one another, prospects, our partners, our vendors, just all unsure of what to do and uncertain in, communications and the role of marketing as things move forward. So I wanted to bring some clarity to what is happening. Give everybody some community, give everybody some hope and give everybody some encouragement for what we're going to be able to do as marketers here to help alleviate the fear and frustration and concern that people are having today. So what I want to talk about is just the reality of the situation we're in, the results of not communicating and not doing marketing, or in fact, stopping marketing. The results of communicating, so continuing to market and what that looks like, the platform and audience options that you have, examples of both subject lines as well as emails of things to market and how to say things, and then also just talk about communications in general, and then kind of hit on the one big Q&A question that we've been hearing quite a bit from different, from all those different areas that I mentioned as part of our ecosystem. So the reality is things are really scary. There's this, virus out here that is, wreaking havoc across the entire globe. And it has put, as people at home and on high alert and just very, very cautious because of the spread. And so right now, really our lives have become a virtual reality, right? From gatherings to meetings to connecting with our friends and family, doing any type of social events, like all of these things are now virtually. And the interesting thing is that in sitting back and really thinking about this, the use of mobile phones has really prepared us for social distancing. When I pick up my phone, I have a Leadous folder on here, and I see all the different apps that I use to connect, whether it be documents for collaboration, our finance tools, the ability to sign contracts with customers. Our phone system rings through my mobile device, calendaring, everything. And so really having the ability to leverage, mobile wherever you are, right? We're working mobilely, people are at their home offices. And so it has really prepared us for the ability to be socially distanced for whether it's, 2 weeks or if it happens to be longer. And, the other piece of this is that the new normal is uncertain, right? This is changing every single day. While I have the utmost confidence and am absolutely, 100% believe that this is going to be, solved and things will get back to a normal place, I don't really know exactly what that normal is going to look like. And so the way that I look at it and the way we've been discussing things with clients is that we have an obligation as marketers to keep telling our stories, getting product and services to our customers while giving people hope, accurate information, and building community. And really all industries are dealing with the same thing about what this new reality is, right? You see these icons down the side. This relates to, shopping. We see all of, retailers having online stores and being able to really stand those things up quickly if they didn't have it already, and offer new ways of, buying their services on those stores. Grocery shopping, right? Whether it's pickup at a store or delivery to your home, those things are available. Telehealth. So being able to get on the phone or the video conference and get a prescription or take an appointment with your doctor that way. Entertainment. So all different sports things we're going to see right now. They're retelevising things, but I believe soon they'll also bring some of those things back together and have those experiences for people online. Business services. And as well as banking. So the ability to, you can still drive up, but you're not going to be going into your bank. Right now, or at least for the foreseeable future. So it's not just one industry, it's really everyone who sits in the same, uncertain reality of what this looks like and how we need to, address this as marketers for the businesses that we work at. So first I want to talk about the results of not communicating. We have had a few clients who have shared with us that they've been in meetings and they have gotten, feedback from other executive managers and management and even, marketing team staff saying, we got to stop. We can't, people are upset right now. We don't want to, be insensitive to them. And what I can tell you is that it shows fear when people go into their computer or open up their inbox every day and it's empty and there's nothing there. It also illustrates a lack of business sustainability. So if you are one of their trusted vendors or advisors, if all of a sudden you just go dark, that, makes them unsure. And, it also affects that customer loyalty. So if you want to be, if your brand, is around being dependable and being there for your customers and doing whatever it takes to make sure your customers are successful, that is, one of the things that's going to be affected as well. And the bottom line is, if you stop, you will start over because this is actually not the end. There's been many of things that as, businesses and the economy that we have grappled with over the years, that as long as you push forward, you'll be standing at the end and be much more successful than you were 3 weeks ago, a month ago, 2 months ago. So now let's talk about the results of communicating. So consistent, credible communications, it builds trust with your vendors, your partners, your customers, your prospects, your employees, even your family. Expressing concern and letting people know, hey, I'm aware of this. And, we're, looking at this as well and seeing how this affects how we need to, provide services or products to our customers, right? Is going to enhance your customer loyalty because, even they say in personal relationships, the people that are there when the hard times, those are the ones that you should be celebrating the good times with too, because they're always going to be there. So be that connection to them that's always going to be there. It also creates a normalcy for customers. And so that is really important because we don't want them to come in and have a state of fear of anything that's happening based on the decisions that they need to make on a daily basis. It provides a reassurance and encouragement, that we're all going to get through this and move forward together. And really, it allows you the opportunity to look at proactive, active, creative problem solving. So, as things arise, as customers have questions, as prospects, face new challenges, being able to actively be proactive, use creative problem solving, and maybe even in some cases bring new solutions or products to the marketplace to solve some of the, challenges that we're going through today. And the bottom line is it will be over. And when it is, you will be there for them. So, as you can tell from these two slides, we highly recommend continuing to communicate with your ecosystem, whatever audiences that makes up. So let's talk about that for a minute. Platforms and audiences. So, leverage the technology that you have in a time when leveraging personal interaction is not doable, right? Social distancing of 6 feet, really does put some challenges in place for those personal interactions and businesses that are based on that personal interaction. And people have done some really great things to, get past that. So one, social media, right? Connecting with employees and customers, marketing automation, connecting with your employee, customer, vendor, and partner audiences, and then email communications, right? Your employees, customers, vendors, partners, those can be, multiple, people that get the same email, or they can be very customized personal emails that go out to individuals as you see fit. And I think the thing that we really need to highlight here is just be creative and personal with your content. See your business in a different way, right? We're seeing a lot of videos, pictures, virtual events, and, pictures and sent with people via text messaging, right? Whatever it is that, you need to do to show who your company is, what you're about, and the fact that you're going to be here for the long haul. So let's get into some of the samples that we've seen come across. And so I have put together 6 messages that have come either from or to my inbox over the last 2 weeks. And I just want to share some of the things that are, still relevant to how we're communicating to our customers. So one is a lesson in maximizing the virtual reach for your company, right? So the reason that your company is underlined is because personalizing the subject line is very effective, right? You want people to feel that you know them, they know you, and you have a connection. Adobe Summit and Partner Experience Update, right? So being clear on like what it is that you're communicating, right? So that people know, whether or not they want to look at that, and getting them to engage with this content. A message from the CEO, right? We see a lot of these coming from large organizations, big retailers, and it's just important that those come out. Introducing new curbside pickup to keep the family crafting. So I have a son myself, and we've been home for quite a few days now. And so keeping new ideas for us to do things, Michaels is now introducing this new offering. And so you see that that's underlined, like what's new, what's still coming, what's fresh for people. It's not like things have stayed the same. And then you also have the little card that's underlined. So using emojis in your business where it makes sense, or at least trying them. That's also a personal way to connect with people. You do see here COVID-19. So in most cases, I would suggest necessarily not specifically talking about COVID-19 or the coronavirus or coronavirus, or specifically mentioning it. But this is an update from Mayo Clinic, and in healthcare, it's super, super important to keep people up to date. They're the experts around all of this. And so providing that specifically so that people can go in and get that very accurate, factual, updated information in real time from them is important. And then how to connect with prospects during a pandemic. How-tos of based on the challenges that we now face as businesses and all of our employees working remotely, how can we connect with prospects, right? How can we connect with customers? How can we change things, meetings that we have with our clients in our offices to do them online, right? So really helping people think through how to, change the way that they're doing business and giving them ideas and solutions to some of the challenges and problems that they're facing today. So what I did was actually went then from those subject lines, took the emails themselves and filled this all out so that we can take a look and highlight some key things here. So this one is a business services, right? Offering support. And this is an informal message. This is actually from me out to all of Leadous current customers. And you see that based on the tone of the things that are highlighted here, the message is about caring, community building, encouragement, and there's no mention of the coronavirus anywhere in this email. We don't look at ourselves as experts, and so we'll leave that to the experts, but want to, address the fact that we're quite aware of the situation and the, challenges that it's bringing onto the marketing community as well. The second here is an example from Adobe. It's from the Adobe Summit Partner Experience. So if you haven't heard, the Adobe Summit was canceled. 20,000 marketers usually get together in Las Vegas. That is not happening. They were one of the early, kind of companies to reach out and cancel one of their large events. And so what you see here that's highlighted is really, just the caring and the apologizing, right? So even though they have absolutely no control over what's happening, right? Just caring and apologizing anyway for the fact that we're not able to get together with them. And then also the virtual event details. So, hey, we apologize, we're not able to do this, but here's the event details. And again, no mention of the coronavirus. Example 3, this is from TJ Maxx, one of my favorite places to shop. It's a retail example about stores closing and a little more formal. Does show, the concern, mentions COVID-19, but doesn't provide any specifics. Provides update details as far as, the temporary closure and any information that you need to know. And then also provides hope, right? So, they're excited that in the near future to be able to, provide us, products and services again at all of these different brands. Example for the crafters, retail, a new offering. This email is very visual. And what that they're saying is, here's the solution, here's the details, right? There is no mention of COVID on this at all. So stopping up on arts and craft to keep the family busy, right? Now you can grab supplies without leaving your car. So, following that social distancing and making people feel comfortable that this is a new service that they can provide. The next example is in healthcare. So again, if you are a healthcare provider, this is something that you can absolutely, connect back to. So healthcare, it's informational and it's very formal. It's providing expert advice. It clearly mentions the coronavirus as well as links to accurate information. where you can go and get additional information from the Mayo Clinic. This example here, services organization, it's from a smaller company, informational, solution orientated, and just simple. So how to solve a problem, what the problem is, and then reading the article to solve the details of the problem. So these are just some examples and samples to get you thinking about how you might want to reach out to your audiences, right? Things that you want to say, how you want to say those things. As you can see, in some cases, you don't need to talk about the coronavirus at all. In other cases, they mention coronavirus. In other cases, they mention, COVID-19. So, it's really up to you. But focus on the expertise, not in, healthcare or solving, a global pandemic, but what you can do and what your company does to help people navigate these times. So do that in a way that's sensitive, do it in a way that's hopeful, do it in a way that's detailed, purposeful. And then of course, if there is opportunity to add in humor, people definitely love a smile at this time, and always be on brand. The biggest Q&A that we've gotten over the last weeks from clients when, stores started closing and malls started closing and events were canceled was that they just didn't know what to say or where to start. And they didn't want to be insensitive in reaching out to people. And I hope that sharing the information that I provided today lets you know that it's not insensitive, right? It's actually our, obligation, as I mentioned earlier, for marketers to provide, these products and services to people, build hope, build community, and build encouragement for what the future is going to be like. And we're in a position to be able to do that on the messaging that we constantly are able to put out into the marketplace. So I thank you all for your time today. This document will be available as well as the video, so you can hear my thoughts on all of these slides as well and this information. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. Again, I'm Tracey Ellis, the CEO of